Style. Style is the answer to everything. A fresh way to approach a dull or dangerous thing. To do a dangerous thing with style is what I call art.
Alright, y'all, in today's episode, we're going to be installing this rear sway bar on my 2016 Cadillac ATS. I already got the wheels off. You gotta excuse my sniveling. I got allergies really bad. But anyway, we're going to be installing this rear sway bar. There is the original. See how skinny that thing is compared to the ZZP's rear sway bar. I've had this thing for like a year and a half. I got it off of ZZP's cyber sale a while back. But if you look into the orientation, all you gotta do is jack your car up, put it on stands, and the rear sway bar runs from there to that bracket there. It has a bolt the lower end and one up top, and it runs across all the way to over here where it does the same thing. There is a bolt here, bolt on top, and then when you get to that connecting rod, there's a bolt there and one on the other side. So without further ado, we're going to get to it. In order to get this, you got to take off this entire exhaust. That exhaust unbolts way up there by the downpipe. So you take that off. You probably got to take this cross member off here, and then you take the hanger loose on that side and on the opposite side here. Once you do that, this exhaust should slide down, and you just pull it back, pull it out, and start installing your sway bar. I'm gonna get to it. All right, y'all, so I got the exhaust unbolted from up there. You can see the downpipe, and you can see the head of the exhaust. I also unbolted that cross member right there. Those bolts were 13 millimeter bolts. Up front, I have 17 millimeter bolts holding my exhaust together. But as all of you know, or most of you know, hardly anything up front is factory anymore. So your bolts might be different in size from mine, but mine were 17 millimeter. And all I did was take the impact wrench, zip it a couple times, and then held the nut on the back and zipped it again to get them out. So what I'm about to do now is, now that I got that off and those two bolts up front out, I'm gonna come back here and try to get this hanger off and the other one across from here. Probably gonna need some WD-40 or something, but yeah, I'm gonna remove those, and this whole little suitcase exhaust should drop right out. All right, stay tuned. All right, y'all, just like that, I'm back. Got the exhaust completely down. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, instead of trying to get this hanger out of this polyurethane, well, this ain't polyurethane, this rubber bushing here, just take the bolts out of here and take the whole bracket down, because these four little bolts right here, they're only 15 millimeters. They will cause you hell. This will not slide out of those. I didn't use any lube or anything. Maybe if I had some WD-40, it would have been easier. But I just found it easier to take out these four bolts, and it just came right down. All right, next thing we're gonna do is get on over to this sway bar, take out the end link bolt on each side, and then take out these two bolts here and those two bolts over there. I believe those are 10 mils, and this whole thing should come down, and you just slide the ZZP sway bar in. All right, I'll be back in a second. All right, guys, out with the old and in with the new. You can see the considerable size difference from the factory sway bar to the ZZPs. To get those end links out of here, you need a 15mm ratchet wrench and I believe a 5mm Allen wrench. The reason why you need the 5mm Allen wrench is because when you go to take the nut off of take the nut off of your end link there, this whole thing starts to spin, and I don't know if I can get it. There's an Allen key type deal right at the end of that right there. So what you do, you put the wrench on first, then you put the Allen key in, and then let's go to wrenching. Comes right off. Anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and install this and show you what everything looks like after it's installed. All right, y'all, I got everything tidied up. As you can see, got the full bolts in, both sides. Got bolt end on it, tie rod end link, and over there. As you can see, you see the Allen head keyhole right there on that bolt. That's what I was talking about. Put the 5mm in there and tighten it up with the 15mm wrench. But yeah, everything tightens up and it looks pretty good, man. It's crazy to think that this one little modification is going to change the way my vehicle handles altogether. Now, the one thing I can say is our vehicles usually have like near 50-50 weight distribution. This is gonna throw it off a bit, because this thing weighs, if I were to have to guess, at least 7 or 8 pounds, maybe more. It feels pretty heavy compared to this stock one. The stock one is puny, I can pick it up. The other one, you gotta put a little muscle into it. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back up. What I did to take it down, I put my knees underneath here and lift it, and then I pull back so this bracket will slide right off of these pegs right here. That's one. The other one is up there. Well, that's not the one. There it is. So you have those two there. And it's two over here. Those hang from that. Once you get that up, you tighten it up a little bit, and then you go over to your brace, and then you go all the way to the front and tighten up that to your downpipe, and you're done.